What? An exception from the IBF? Okay, when I first read this, I was like, oh, once again, we're giving Lomachenko preferential treatment, right? But then I had to do my own research like I usually do my due diligence, and I saw the exception was of the medical variety. So I caught up with Loma, and I asked him what happened, and he said this.
I broke my back.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
My back is broken.
Huh? Your back?
Damn.
What kind of back injury?
Spinal.
All you niggas better go and call an ambulance, come and pick up your people. Call an ambulance, come and pick up your people. Pick up your people.
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Yo, what's good, Boxing Talk family? It's your boy, Dr. Boxing Talk, back for another YouTube video. Banger, man. Yes, sir. Yes, man. I know what time it is. The doctor's in the house, man. So check this out. I want to give y'all an update on some Lomachenko news, man. We have heard some things about VASYL Lomachenko potentially coming back, you know, his return back to the ring, you know, because he is the IBF champion right now. So a lot of us are anticipating his next fight. Well, the IBF themselves have announced some news in regards to Lomachenko's deadline when to return, you know, and that deadline is October 8th, 2025. And initially it was like, man, that's a long time, right? That seems like a pretty large amount of time, especially coming from the IBF, right? But then I said, hold on, let me take a step back, because it is the IBF. The IBF makes sure that the champions and everybody adheres to the rules, and they'd like to give everybody a you know, their fair chance and what they deserve as far as title opportunities and other things, right? When it comes to the rankings as it pertains to those people in the appropriate positions, right? Well, they're saying that, you know, we're giving Lomachenko an exception, and that exception is of the medical variety, right? It's medically related, you know, and that's because he hurt his back.
Oh, I'm hurt. Oh, my neck, my back, my neck and my back. Oh.
So at first I was a little skeptical, and I understand if you are, but I was thinking, you know, I got to give the IBF the benefit of the doubt here. I feel like if they gave an exception to VASYL Lomachenko or anybody else, you know, given their reputation of stripping people, whether you're Usyk, you know, and you're about to have an undisputed rematch, they still strip you for Daniel Dubois and Philip Hrgovic to get opportunity to become a champion, or if you're Saul Canelo Alvarez, a face of boxing, and you're William Skull waiting for the title chance opportunity for the IBF, they're going to strip you. So if they're stripped them, then I'm sure that they would do the same for VASYL Lomachenko, right? Even though he is known to historically get a lot of preferential treatment, right? So I think that, just to be fair, I gotta believe that the injury is legitimate, and they provided enough evidence and proof that he did sustain a back injury, man. So you wish VASYL Lomachenko well, you know, and however, like I said, he does have a deadline for October 8th, but they also not only told him when he has to fight by, or he will be stripped, so they gave him an ultimatum, but they also told him who his opponents will be, you know. And when I said opponents plural, intentionally I said it on purpose, because it's one of two people, right? So if you look at the IBF rankings, which I have right here, you will see that the #1 position is vacant, right? It's unoccupied. That's because William Zepeda was occupying the #1 position for the IBF, WBO, WBA, and WBC, you know, until he acquired the interim championship from beating Tevin Farmer. And now he is the interim title holder of WBC, so he's no longer occupying the #1 position. So that's why it's vacant right there. And as you can see, the #2 ranked fighter is Zaur Abdullayev, excuse me, right? And #3 is Keyshawn Davis. Well, we know Keyshawn Davis will be challenging VASYL Lomachenko's Ukrainian countryman and Denis Berinchyk for his WBO title. So he's occupied. So you go down to rank #4, and that's Raymond Mortala. So now you have the top two guys that are unoccupied, you know, that are free to fight. Well, the IBF has ordered them to fight for what? An interim title in the IBF. And we know what it means when there's an interim title holder. That means that champion, that full champion, that super champion doesn't act right, oh, you gonna get stripped, daddy. You gonna get stripped. You better believe that.
What do you mean by that?
So the next fight is anticipated to be Zaur Abdullayev, ranked #2 in the IBF, versus ranked #4, Raymond Mortala. That fight has not been finalized yet, but right now at this moment, that's the fight that we think we're going to move forward with. And so VASYL Lomachenko has until October 8th to fight the winner of the number 2 fighter and the number 4 fighter, Abdulayev and Muratalla respectively. And then if he doesn't fight them by October 8th, then he will be stripped, and that interim title holder, whether it's Muratalla or Abdulayev, they will be elevated to a full champion, because that's how boxing goes if you pay attention, you know. And I told people this the same thing with Naya Inoue. MJ Akhmadaliev is now the interim title holder for the WBA, right, after beating Ricardo Espinoza in Monte Carlo. That means if Naya Inoue doesn't fight him in the imminent future, he will be stripped as well. People think I make this stuff up, and just because that might be your favorite fighter in the news, is it advantageous for your favorite fighter, or you know, it doesn't behoove the person that you want to live vicariously through? It doesn't mean that I have any hate, or it doesn't mean that I'm saying anything that's not true. I got love for Lomachenko. I definitely got love for it anyway.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
He's one of the most exciting fighters to watch, and he's 2-time undisputed. You know what I'm saying? He's a great fighter, but it doesn't change the rules, and we should not give preferential treatment, because every fighter is fighting and they deserve the opportunity that comes with the position that they are currently in and they're occupying. So I think this is good. Now, I understand how people will have some reservations about the long time period, but if it is a back injury and a legitimate back injury, well, then you know back injuries take a long time to heal properly. And I would hate for Lomachenko or anybody else to be forced into a fight prematurely and you're not fully healed. You know what I'm saying? These fighters and these champions, especially a guy like Lomachenko, they deserve to be able to put their best foot forward and perform at their best. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is a good thing. Like I said, I'm not mad at anybody who thinks that this is too long of a time period to be out as a champion, you know, because 135 is a little stagnant as far as unifications go. But I think I'm cool with it right now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Are you cool with it? Do you look forward to Lomachenko defending his belt against either Muratalla or Abdulayev? Or would you rather have Lomachenko come back and immediately go in a unification fight against somebody like Gervonta Davis, assuming he beats Lamont Roach, or Shakur Stevenson, assuming he beats Kid Austin Schofield, or Denise Berinchyk, assuming he beats Keyshawn Davis, because we know that Shakur and Keyshawn Davis, similar to Berinchyk and Lomachenko, they said they won't fight each other because they're countrymen and they're friends. So it's just so funny that people are okay with Ukrainians not fighting each other, but then when Americans say they're not fighting each other because they're friends, we have a problem with it. I think we should just, you know, keep everything equal and fair. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be mad at one, then you should be mad at the other one. If you're cool with one, then you should be cool with the other one. I personally don't see a problem with Lomachenko and Berinchyk not fighting, and as much as I would like to see Shakur and Keyshawn Davis potentially fight, I'm cool with them not fighting either. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely not hypocritical in my stances. But y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Don't forget to smack that like button, but most importantly, remember, with God we can do anything, without God we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. See you on the next video. And Lomachenko, see you by the 8th of October, baby. From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.